Best of Central Florida, I'm Justin Clark. I will never forget the year 2002. I was in law school up in Boston, the Beantown Pub to be exact. A friend came over, introduced himself, said he was from Orlando. I was shocked. I thought Orlando was theme parks, chain restaurants, maybe a water park or two. Who would have thought that now, 20 years later, I would have spent 15 of them living right here in Central Florida. Raised my two little girls here. Who'd have thought I would fall in love with Central Florida? It's a hidden gem. Great restaurants, professional sports team, booming art scene, the Wekiva River, the beaches, and yes, even the theme parks. From Windermere to Wildwood, Mims to Maitland, this is the best of Central Florida. Today is all about the best local attractions in Central Florida, and I think the key word today is local. We wanted to hit some of the main things you've heard of before, but we also wanted to hit some local places that you might not have heard of, or if you have heard of, you haven't been there yet. Look, Florida is certainly the attraction capital of the world. We all know that, but we have some great local places as well that you can take your family or those out-of-town guests who come to visit you. You can take them there and you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. Welcome in, as always, my beautiful co-host, Michaela Nicholas. Hello, Michaela. How are you?
Good, Justin.
A little surprise, as you don't know yet. You do.
I do.
We had to ride one of the world's newest and craziest roller coasters together.
That's a good word.
You held my hand a little bit.
I did.
I think I did okay. I survived.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, barely. I guess we'll have to find out.
And it's really one of the world's, it may be the world's newest roller coaster that we rode together.
Definitely.
Absolutely crazy. But at the same time, we introduce you to the roller coaster. We're going to introduce you to some local places that you are going to want to visit after this next 30 minutes. Michaela, how excited are you today?
Justin, you know what? Are you excited? That's the real question.
The real question is, are you excited? Because after this quick break, we will be right back to hit the 3 best local attractions in Central Florida.
Welcome back to Best of Central Florida. We are changing it up a little bit today. We are here at Universal Islands of Adventure. Right behind me is the Velocicoaster. We are in Jurassic Park, and we have 2 incredible guests with us because they're going to go on a roller coaster ride with us, and so is Justin. Justin, are you nervous?
I'm super. Of course I'm nervous. Look at this thing. I'm not a big roller coaster guy.
Definitely.
But I'm nervous, but I'm going to do it just because of you.
Definitely. Well, let's introduce our lovely guests. I am here with Greg Hall, Creative Director, and Shelby Honey, who is a producer, both from Universal Creative. Welcome.
Welcome. I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you guys are here. Oh, we're a little nervous. Oh, look. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's going to be us in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I guess so.
So the excitement starts before you get on the ride. Obviously, we're right here in front of it, but tell us a little bit what we can expect when we go in.
Oh, well, you can expect just total immersion from the moment you enter the building. It's like you're in the movie. You see the roller coaster actually shoot through the building while you're in the queue with raptors chasing by it. And you get to learn more about the raptors, what it took to raise them and take care of them, and actually see raptors face to face. You can smell them, you can feel them breathe on you, and it's just
That's
so
incredible.
fun to actually get to have so much story before you enter the actual full attraction.
No, I'd agree. Really, guests entering this attraction are entering a true Jurassic World story. We are guests at Jurassic World as soon as we cross under that arch, and maybe we rode the gyrosphere, maybe we've already seen the T-Rex. We're going to get this up-close, animal-close encounter, as close as you can possibly get to those raptors.
Now, this is not just any roller coaster. A lot of first for you guys, and really first just for roller coasters in general here on this ride.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we have the first barrel roll over the water. You know, we call that the Mosasaurus roll. And it's something that you will never forget. You know, you'll just think about it weeks after you've rolled the roller coaster.
I'm nervous.
I mean, and you know, you're just going through rock work. So the first half of the ride, you're just going through all this amazing rock work. You go through a building, then you shot 155 feet in the air. It just keeps going on from there. It's so amazing.
Definitely. So what advice do you have for, let's say, someone right here who might be a little nervous to ride the ride?
A lot of it.
I would say between Greg and I, you know, we're a good tag team. I was definitely a little bit more where maybe you are. I've now ridden it 70 plus times. But this attraction is unlike any other coaster. It truly is so smooth. You really, once you can get past that initial heart-pounding fear, which is all part of the experience, this is really an exceptional coaster. And I think, I always tell people, if you're anxious, like that click, 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 you don't have time to think about anything.
No.
By the time you're in there, you're just 155 feet up.
Yeah, they don't look like they're thinking very much on it.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah, unbelievable. How long has this attraction been open, and how has it been received by your guests so far?
Also, we're entering our third week of being open, and you know, guests are just loving it. It's overwhelming the amount of positive feedback that we've received, and you know, it's really humbling. You know, sometimes we just start off watching guests get off their attraction in the mornings before you get to work, and we just love to see the smiles on their face and just all the brand new guests who we see them just get back on the ride right after they got back, you know, after it's finished.
I agree. I think for us, this attraction, building it specifically over the last year, really was about Orlando and seeing the community, the coaster community, the theme park fans kind of rally behind what we were doing here, and it was so spectacular and such an interesting process. But being able to see those people who'd watched us from the very first shovel in the ground, now coming here and experiencing it, and that this has lived up to that expectation, it's a great feeling. I always say after last year, we're all going to need to scream a little bit, and so we're very happy people are choosing Velocicoaster.
Oh, definitely.
Now, you know, the roller coaster community is a big community. It's not just here in Central Florida. How is the nationwide or global roller coaster community really latched on to this one?
Oh man, they're one of the first people here. You know, they're just ones that are waiting just to be the first to ride on the coaster, and they, you know, some of them trying to beat the amount of times they've ridden it as much as we have. So they're like, how did he get on there 60 times?
Right.
So it's pretty amazing, the feedback, because they really know what coasters are and what makes them great, and you know, it's really an honor to know that they really enjoy the roller coaster.
Wow, well, I'm really excited. I say let's go get in line and ride the Velocicoaster.
Greg, hold my hand. Hold my hand, buddy.
That was absolutely amazing.
I'm alive. No, it was awesome. It was really, really.
They survived.
All I have to say is, wow. I am like so, oh my gosh, I have so much adrenaline right now. I mean, between the barrel roll to the second launch was unexpected.
Oh, definitely.
What do you think, Justin? I heard some screams.
I mean, that wasn't me screaming. That was the dude behind me. It was not me. Greg was holding me tightly.
Yeah, I was holding him. I was making sure he was okay, and he made it. He made it.
It was, I got to tell you, for someone who doesn't ride a lot of roller coasters, that was amazing. And while, yeah, thrilling, it's not like so scary, like you feel dangerous at all. It was incredible.
Yeah, you know, it's really re-rideable. You know, a lot of people, they get off, they feel like they conquer their fears, but, you know, they're not too scared to do it again. They just want to do it again. And that's
I want to ride again.
Yeah, definitely.
I say let's go again.
Let's go.
Right now?
Right now.
Yeah. Right now. We will go. What did you think of this ride?
Well, and I'm glad your reaction is perfect. The front seat and back seat is really different too.
Oh, change it up.
Come on, change it up. We've got a really different experience. Depending where you sit.
We're going to go in the back seat this time.
All right.
Okay. Well, we are going to ride the coaster again, and see you soon.
Have spoken, the people have spoken. The winner, People's Choice for Best Local Attraction in Central Florida, and I'm proud of you guys for this one too, is the Orlando Museum of Art. Thrilled to be joined by its director and CEO, Aaron DeGroft. I mean, it seems like top dog, director and CEO. I think you're the man over there. Welcome to the show, Aaron. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm not so sure I'm the top dog.
Yeah. I don't. Not when we get home with wives and things, but at work, yes. Yeah. Great exhibits coming up over the next year or so. What do you guys have coming up?
Well, we have the famous Florida Prize, which is a juried exhibition on the most cutting-edge contemporary art going on in Florida now. When that closes, we're going to take the opportunity to do an aggressive relaunch of the museum in late September. We're going to take the entire museum down, and we're going to instill it with 5 major exhibitions. 2 photography shows. One is on Mexican Americans and Mexican photography. They're mostly vintage. The other one is sort of a Florida son, Clyde Butcher. He's the Florida landscape photographer, but he's probably the greatest living American landscape. These are huge pictures, 8 feet by 5 feet, and it's called The Cathedrals of Florida. So it's about spirituality and nature. Then we're really lucky to have 2 old master European shows, something that the museum has virtually never had in its 100-year history. One is called Connoisseurship and Curating, and they are works of art that I acquired at my last museum, where we spent about $200,000 and acquired $150 million worth of art. So there's a lecture series. It's about why we bought these pictures, what people thought they were and they're not. They turned out to be, the follower, but it's really a Rembrandt. So it's we're taking the opportunity to do that. The other one is a huge old master show that is about how you read old master paintings. Now, the top of Mount Olympus is something that's actually really pertinent today. If you've never heard of Jean-Michel Basquiat, he's an African-American artist, protege of Andy Warhol. But he sold paintings for over $100 million. In fact, 2 weeks ago, one sold for $93 million.
What?
2 days later, one sold for $60 million. And a work on paper that sold for 13. Well, we're getting 25 never-before-seen Jean-Michel Basquiats.
Wow.
And we expect that to be incredibly, not only is it an important exhibition, but this guy's the hottest guy now because he flamed out. He died of a heroin overdose in 1988. So. These works that have sold for these mega millions all come from the year 1982, as do the paintings we're getting. So a lot of young people know about Jean-Michel Basquiat. After the first of the year, we're going to have a huge Jackson Pollock. Now, Jackson Pollock is a guy
that's a name I know.
Dripped the paint. This is a never before seen major work by Jackson Pollock that we have that we're going to showcase. And then, how do you end up a year? Well, you try to bookend it with something special. So we're going to have an exhibition on one of the greatest artists in the history of the world, Michelangelo.
Sure.
So that'll happen next summer. Now, all of this is with an eye on our 100th anniversary, which is in 2024-25, that season. So we're kind of bringing this up where we are changing the museum to become a broader menu of art, let's say, and programs and offerings, because it has only been identified as a contemporary art museum for its entire history. I'm only the 4th director in 100 years.
Crazy.
You can imagine that. And so, and I guess the big prize is our potential opportunity to move to downtown Orlando. It's been on the front page of the paper. We're not moving, we're expanding. Into a new building. It's not an existing building. It'll be the only 5-star hotel building. It's the tallest building in downtown, and we would occupy the lobby levels and the entire 2nd floor. So in fact, we have 20,000 square feet of exhibition space at our Lock Haven address. The spot downtown has 36,000 square feet of exhibition space, and then it has another 30-some thousand square feet of lobbies, landings, and this kind of stuff that, as we sort of hopefully will fulfill the brand of the 5-star hotel.
And we talked about history. I don't believe that, some of you do, but I think a lot of those of us in Central Florida don't understand just how fortunate we are to have such a historic museum right here, right outside of downtown Orlando. Tell me more about the history.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, my wife and I sit on our balcony every evening we play gin, and I have to give her all the credit for this, but she said, hey, how's this for a tagline? The oldest, newest museum in Florida. Now, if you break that down, I just said that we're having our 100th anniversary.
Sure.
But this space downtown will make us the newest art museum in Florida.
Oldest and newest at the same time.
At the same time, because I think that pretty much in a lot of ways it does epitomize a bit of the history of Orlando being the citrus capital of the world.
Right.
And then Disney comes and the rest is history. So, and you look at how many people are moving to Orlando every day. No, the museum started out as an art center and grew through the membership of the members of the art center into what became the Orlando Museum of Art. It's where we're sitting today. There's 3 iterations of the building. It is an historic campus. As you know, it's beautiful. Lock Haven campus. It's got, you know, the Spanish moss and
I speak on behalf of all residents of Central Florida. We're lucky to live near you, and you're doing a great job over there. We're so excited to see this next iteration. You guys really moving up in the world. Aaron DeGroff, Director and CEO. Great to see you. Absolutely. Stick around. When we return, Justin's Choice will roll on. And finally today, it's time for my favorite portion of the show. It's time for Justin's Choice for Best Local Attraction, and that goes today to Escapology, or Escapology. We're going to ask Simon Davidson here. He's the founder and CEO. Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
I'm really well. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's solve this problem right away. How do I say it?
Well, we can't solve it because in England we say escapology. And obviously when I came here and been here for a little while, everyone was saying escapology, so I'm good with both.
What are we going to go with?
I like how he says it.
I do too, but I don't know if I can say it right.
I'd be like I can't.
No matter how you say it, what an outstanding place you have down there. Where are you at in Orlando exactly?
We're on iDrive. Okay. We're halfway down iDrive, just south of SeaWorld, so that's where we are.
When did this whole escapology concept really come into the fabric of Americans and American families for having a good time?
Well, we opened in 2014 after a friend of mine for about 2 years was bashing on my door saying that we need to do this business idea where you get locked in a room and you have to escape, and I was thinking, no way, I get claustrophobic, that's just not for me.
Right.
But eventually we tried one out in London, worked out what it was all about and really enjoyed it. And then I managed to, because I just thought Escapology would be the best name on the planet, we managed to buy the escapology.com domain, and then that was it. Off we went.
The rest is history, huh? All right, you got to tell me the truth. What percentage of people get out and what percentage of people are
stuck? You want the truth, or do you want what we tell people?
Okay, whatever.
It's kind of somewhere between sort of 60 and 70% would actually escape.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I can tell you I've never escaped, so I don't know, there's something wrong with me, I guess. Now, Michaela loves escape rooms and this whole concept. Do you normally find your way out, or you're stuck in there?
You know, I think I find my way out most times, but there's been some really tough challenges, and then I get frustrated, as I'm sure most people do, because obviously you want to get out. That's the whole point.
What age group of people come to see? Is this something for 40-year-olds or 30-year-olds? What's the typical age range of people you see that come to Escapology?
I mean, it's huge. We get a ton of sort of demographic information from people, but really it starts right from sort of 9-10-year-old, and it can go into your 80s and 90s. And the spread, the mix of people that actually play, because we, you know, when's your birthday, date of birth, we collect a lot of that information. It's very, very evenly spread. Remarkable, really. I do know that the average age is 30 years and 1 month, because that's the kind of data that we collect. So that's the median age. I suppose it's slightly towards the younger set, but it really is a huge demographic that can enjoy it.
And by no means am I saying anything bad about your competition, but there have been some strip mall escape rooms that have popped up, and you never really know what you're getting. You're the founder and CEO. This is not just one location. I mean, this is a big corporation that you've developed over there. I'm very impressed, first of all. How many other locations do you have?
Well, I'm surprised it turned into a real business, to be honest, because it was just a ton of fun when we first started, and we had no idea what it would become. But pretty early on we realised that people were having an absolutely brilliant time, and the place was just filling out every weekend, and it was super popular, so it just kind of exploded from there. But yeah, now we've got we've got over 50 venues open, we've got another 20 odd in build, and we've got new venues being signed up because we franchise it as well as build our own corporate stores. So yeah, it's turned into quite the real business.
Weird question, but do smart people do better in an escape room, or what?
Well, that depends what you call smart.
Something other than me.
Well, that's kind of one of the beautiful things about it, really. There's something for everybody. And you know, like, and a lot of people, like you might sit there, now you've got all these venues, you're kind of quite a smart guy.
But like,
I'll you don't know about that.
Arguable.
But I'll get locked in a puzzle in a heartbeat, and I'll take kids who are 11, 12 years old, like, and they'll just say, oh, what about this? Is this not it? And you go, oh yeah. So it really does. It just depends. I mean, my background's kind of in the learning and development industry, and people learn and do things in different ways, and we try and put every element of that into an escape room. So it really does hopefully appeal to appeal to everyone.
I'm not good at crossword puzzles, I can tell you that straight up. Does that mean I'm not going to be good in an escape room, or they are not really correlative?
You won't be good at the ones with crosswords in it.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly right.
suppose. But I'm pretty similar myself. Some things I can work out really quickly, and some I find really tough. So
yeah. So let me ask you a question. How important are themes, the actual theme of the escape room, when it comes to going to visit an escape room?
I think it's essential, you know, a really good theme. You go on about the sort of mom and pop shops and the ones that can appear kind of with almost little or no production. That doesn't mean to say that they can't be really great fun, because the quality of the puzzles and the mental and physical challenge are a real key thing. But if you can ramp that up with a really good production and a really good theme and a really good storyline, so you can feel like they're completely immersed in the story, that's the game breaker. Even when we first started, our production levels were quite low, but the theming and the story, and we used to do a video intro, we were the first kind of people to do that. And that just immerses you in the whole story. So yeah, it makes a massive difference.
Let me explain why I thought of you when I was thinking about this concept. It's because, especially in the summertime, we're in Central Florida. There's no breeze. It's 180 degrees out there, whatever it is. And yes, we have a lot of places that you can go with the family. An escape room is it's such a connection for a family. We're a business together. It's not hot out there, and it's relatively inexpensive compared to other things.
It is. I mean, one of the things that we tracked when we first opened, we don't really do it so much now, but it was like on our little sort of daily monitor of how busy we were going to be. We used to put the weather, like and if it rained, we were full, and if it was a lovely sort of breezy, cool day, then we wouldn't be quite so busy. But yeah, it does make a big difference, and you as you say, you can get in there, you can be in the air conditioning. It's not too expensive. It's a great environment to be in. So yeah, it's fabulous for the summer.
Simon Davison, what a pleasure, brother. Congratulations on your success, and please do visit our good friends down at Escapology. What a great way to spend a weekend or even a daytime visit with your family. Michaela, excellent work today.
Thanks, Justin.
That was amazing. I'm ready to get out and hang with the family. Thank you again for holding my hand.
Of course,
on the
that's what I'm here for.
Earlier. Yeah, I felt a little embarrassed about that, but it was a good time. Great show, I think, today.
I think so too.
Thank you to our great team here at WKMG for putting all this together today. We love you guys. Most importantly, thank you for joining us every Sunday. Hit record series right now. We can't wait to see you again next Sunday for Best of Central Florida.